Hank Hill's a very flawed man, and he doesn't understand his son, and his relationship with Peggy is weird. And Peggy's kind of a toxic person. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Chat, as I said before, well, you guys are asking me, and I gotta answer some of these Patreon questions that I've received, chat. And then we can have a back and forth. We didn't receive that many Patreon questions this week, which is fine, which is totally fine. I might check to see if maybe there's some last minute ones that were posted, chat, but I got three. I got three that I'm gonna go over right now. Of course, you guys can add your own thoughts to these as well. And these questions can pertain to anything, chat. Whether it's news, like stuff in the recent news right now, or stuff that's not related to anything. You choose it, chat. You pick my brain, and I will give you those brain goblets, and you can have them, chat. That's what we're going to do. Yes, goblets. All right. Globulars. That's what it is. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get to these questions, chat. So these questions are from John Early Brightburn in the chat. I did get a haircut, Simmer Baby. Thank you so much. Yeah, I feel aerodynamic. I feel like a cool breeze going across my head. It's very nice. I have way too much goddamn hair. I get hot. I was like, oh, I'm so hot. And my head's heavy, and it goes, ah. So I got it all cut off, and I'm feeling really good. I might trim my beard, though. My beard's looking a little bushy. Looking a little bush. But chat. Let's go ahead and get to these questions. This is from John Early Brightburn. This is question number 1. And again, please add your own thoughts. I'll be reading them as I go over them as well. This is question number 1. Do you think retro gaming, like on the NES and Super NES, is fun? Or do you prefer modern gaming? Oh, yeah. I mean, I've owned a NES and SNES way back in the age. I don't know if they still work, but, oh, yeah. I mean, that was some of my favorite gaming moments. In terms of the NES, I mean, I had a lot of the classic. I had the original Metroid, Legend of Zelda, a lot of Mega Man games. Chat. I owned like 1, 2, and 3, I believe, on that system. And one was hard as hell, Chad. That was hard as balls. 2 and 3, Mega Man 2 and 3 were always my favorites. Always debate which I like better. I think I'm more of people often like to say 2, but I'm more of a 3 because 3 brings back like the original Robot Masters from across the older games, and I really love that. It's like, oh my god, look at all these guys. This is crazy. So I really dug that. And then the SNES, SNES has some of my favorite games of all time, chat. I mean, has my favorite Zelda game of all time, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I have not played a Zelda game since then has managed to match that quality, chat. Probably like one of the first Zelda games I ever play on stream. I've yet to play a Zelda game on stream, chat. I might do that. I love that game. Of course, Super Metroid, chat. Mega Man X. Who you think that the Mega Man series could get even better than Mega Man 2 and 3? And even 4, 5, and 6 aren't bad. 4, 5, and 6 are great, chat. But you think it can't get any better. And it did, chat. It did with Mega Man X. Absolutely love it. The spiritual successor to Mega Man. I love it. It's so goddamn good. I played all the other Mega Man X games on that console as well. No, the SNS is amazing. What about you guys? What are some of your favorite classic? I guess, well, he's talking specifically about maybe retro games on the NES and SNES, yeah. But if there's anything else out there, let me know. But yeah, those I played a whole bunch of games on there. There's stuff I probably played I forgot about. What about the rest of you guys? Let's see. Oh, I'm having hot flash. I was like, oh, I got the vapors. I'm going through juicy menopause. Oh my god. Now, ironically, I have a Sega Dreamcast. I haven't touched it in months. Hey, at least apparently you were playing it months ago. That's cool. So maybe retro game is cool. My dad still has a lot of old games. This is nice. Brightburn, I like Batman Returns and that. I think I played one of the original Batman games on SNES. One of them. Captain, welcome to stream. Good to see you. So maybe your dad has your Dreamcast in his closet. Captain SNES is my shit. Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy, though. I never played the Mega Man Game Boy games. Only played them on the consoles. Because SNES platform games still hold up. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Like the art style, that 8-bit, the 8-bit and 16-bit and 32-bit games always look great. They've aged so incredibly well compared to, like, you know, the really ugly polygon generation, like from the Nintendo 64 and PS1 and things like that. And all those consoles had fantastic games, shit, absolutely no question about it. But the older consoles, the art is aged significantly better. Significantly better than stuff that was like on the N64, for example. So, yeah, no, they look beautiful to this day. That's why you still see that art style, because it's easy to use and it looks beautiful. Yes. Two Heads the Metal Man, Two Asses Metal Man. I love the little fucking saw blades he throws off. That's great. That's a great ability. Now, I love collecting all the fairy powers and using them on the other robot masters. Fucking them up. Always fucking them up. You got to go in the correct order, though. You got to go in the correct order, chat. Use the saw blades on fucking Woodman, and Woodman is no more. Chat doesn't stand a guy. You literally buzzsaw Woodman to that chat. First of all, why is he fucking Woodman? You made a robot made out of wood. That was a huge mistake. That was a huge mistake. He's pretty much everything is his weakness. Oh, man. Ghouls and Ghosts. You know what? I've only played a little bit of Ghouls and Ghosts. All-Star Mario all day. Nice. Awesome. You never played a Link between... You never played a Link Between Worlds, a sequel to Link in Time. You mean A Link to the Past? I played that. That's a great game. Oh, thank you, Dark Sim, for the 5 days. So Link to the Past is amazing. No, Link to the Past and... A Link to a New World. That's the sequel, right? Link to a New World. No, that's a great game. I love that. Thank you. Thank you again, Dark Slayer. Early Mega Man games were hard to show, especially one. Okay, I'm gonna say this is controversial. One is not a great game. I know that people are saying no, one is amazing. It's really not. It's very difficult. Like some of those levels, the design of them are not great. They really nailed in two. Where 2 and 3, they're challenging. They're challenging, chat, and that's what works about them. And they're fun. One, there's just some stuff that's unfair about that first game, and they address the difficulty in the subsequent sequels, chat, from 2 on. There's not a single Mega Man game that is as hard as 1, and that's a good thing. 1 is it's not fun. It's not a fun game. There are levels in there that I'm just like, Jesus Christ, it's such a pain in the goddamn ass. So I'm not even a big 1 fan, but 2 and 3, great. I know the 4, 5, 6 are very good too. I don't dislike those games at all. It's just it's just more of the same, which is fine. But 2 and 3 have always been my favorites. Row Conquest of the Crystal Blast. I never played that one. Pokemon Stadium, Star Wars Pod Racing. That's on the S64. Remember that? Yep. Edgy Berserker, good to see. I find myself playing my PS2 more and more, especially after soft modding it to play on the hard drive. Oh, interesting. Oh. Thank you, Dark Saber, for the 5 biddies. In fact, a lot of games in the NES era were hard as shit. Like, no, I love them. Ninja Gaiden, original Ninja, which I love. They were challenging. They were. I think they were easier than the more recent Ninja Gaiden games, which I cannot play those. I can't do this. The third-person action ones, I'm just like, the hack and slash, I can't do it. They're way too difficult. But those original Ninja Gaiden games, they were very challenging. They were, but I do have fond memories of them. I did like them. Chris Ayers, welcome to stream. But yeah, the PS2 generation, a lot of platformers on there, a lot of 3D platformers. I owned a number of them. Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper, chat. Those are some of the ones that I most enjoyed on that system of the third-person platforming variety. So I still have my Game Boy Colors. Like, oh my God, it was working for a while, but it just broke. Oh, well, that lasted quite a while, sir, baby. Yeah, I don't know where my original Game Boy was. I had a Game Boy. I had the original Game Boy, chat. To play Pokemon. I got a Game Boy Color and I had a Game Boy Advance, and that was it. I never went for it. I got a Nintendo 3DS eventually, but I was pretty much after the Advance. That's how old I am. I was like, I didn't really do any handheld gaming until I'm gonna try out the new Pokemon. And I did it, and that was X and Y, and I got to the 3rd gym, and I got bored. I was like, yeah, that's not for me anymore. I'm a Gen 1, Gen 2 kid, chat. Live and die, Gen 1 and Gen 2. However, I did play Link to a New World, the sequel to Link to the Past, which is great. Love that game. Crimson, Super Mario RPG as a special place in my heart. Oh, yeah, played it once or twice a year over long weekends. Very cool, Crimson. Captain, Fave SNES is Final Fantasy 4 and 6. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yep. I can't believe I forgot this. Yeah, on the SNES, you had Final Fantasy 4 and 6. Two of my top 3 Final Fantasy games of all time. Absolutely love them. I also played the PlayStation 1 version of those games. Also very, very good. Chrono Trigger, good choice. Seven Saga, never played Seven Saga. SimCity, never played it on that. Illusion of Gaia and F-Zero, very good choices. PS2 still looks good. No, there's some good games on there. No doubt about it. I'm Obi-Wan. Do you prefer just drinking the plain old Jack Daniels or different flavors Jack Daniels? I'm not a Jack Daniels drinker, I'm Obi-Wan. I only use Jack Daniels as a mixer. I don't drink it plain. I just think it's a very unappealing tasting whiskey. That's why you add it's a cheap whiskey and you add cheap whiskey to mixed drinks. That's how you do it. Well, sipping whiskeys, chat. Something like what I say often on my stream when I always hawk at you. Buy this is Four Roses. That's a sipping whiskey. I never mix anything with that because you'll be killing it. You'll be misusing the whiskey, chat. But like Jack Daniels or Jim Beam or kind of like those equivalent whiskeys, those are used for mixing. Yeah, so I don't like the natural taste of them. They're kind of gross to me. But when you're mixed in with like other things, and it's like, this is better. It's much better. Brevard, Zombies Ain't My Neighbor's Name. I like that one. Did I play that? No, I played Day of the Tentacle. I played Day of the Tentacle. I always confuse those. But I played Day of the Tentacle, the original LucasArts game. Wendy Sky, welcome to you. Whoa, what have I missed so far? We are currently doing Patreon questions. Brightburn. Generally, he asked, because he happened to be a Tier 4 subscriber, he asked a question if I like retro gaming, specifically from the NES and SNES generation, Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And I'm just going over games that I enjoyed, and the chat's going over games they enjoyed in that generation as well. Yeah, it's a good discussion so far. Dark Slayer, those early Mega Man games were shit. No, they're challenging. The first one I think is way too hard. The next two, everything else is challenging, but not like, it's impossible. But they're challenging. You had to pay attention. There was a method to everything. There was a method to the madness. Hardest SNES game for me was Super Star Wars was so goddamn hard. I couldn't beat any of those. I think I had the first one, and I'm like, fuck this. That game was unnatural. That's another example of this is just not fun. That's like Mega Man 1 hard. Couldn't do it. Yep, agree 2 is when the game figured out its groove. Yes, Mega Man 2. Right there with you. And 2 and 3, they're off to the races. Mr. Double A Ron Roadman is a technological advancement. It's a robot made of wood. Where is this man's Nobel Prize? Troy, the first one was very much made in that arcade. Yeah, I agree. Dark Slayer, in fact, a lot of games the NES era were hard as shit. Like Ninja. No, they were. I agree. Absolutely right. Because people consider Mega Man 1 amazing because it was the first game of its kind. Sure, but I recently replayed the Mega Man collection, like, 2 or 3 years, chat. Not even on streamers before I even started streaming, so it might have been 3 years ago. And I just remember replaying through Mega Man 1 going like, fuck, this is hard. And I beat it, but it took a while. Well, Mega Man 2 and 3, I was like, by the time I finished 1, chat, I was like level 99, I knew exactly what to do, and I was like, I kind of breezed through 2 and 3. It's like, that's it? Yeah, 1, that was a hard gameplay session. Now, I'm gonna let you finish, but E.T. was the best game of all time. Mic drop. Well, there you go, chat. It's over. That documentary, though, them finding those E.T. cartridges is pretty fun. Like, there they are. They're buried out there. Movie 1, good news, Mr. Juice Man. Sir, I just mailed in my ballot this morning with no problems. Congratulations, I am Obi-Wan, practicing your God-given American rights by voting. That's good, man. No, congratulations. I also voted too, chat. I stood in line for, it's not that long. It's about 35, 40 minutes. Totally good. Thankfully, there's a polling station at my place of work, chat, since I do work for the state for now. I was able to go there, but I had my coffee, and I was enjoying myself, chat. Practicing social distancing as well, but I did indeed vote. Taken care of, chat. Let me get out there and vote as well. Oh, who else we have? Echo the Dolphin Row. If anyone wants to know about the bottom of the barrel PS1 fighting games, I'm your girl. Oh, hey, go ahead, you berserker chat. I don't know. Well, I know one. Fucking goddamn Star Wars, fighter Knights of Terrakasi. Of course, that's the best Star Wars game there is, chat. Knights of Terrakasi, which they actually made a reference to in Solo. Goddamn Daenerys Targaryen. She practiced the art form of Terrakasi, chat. It's pretty good. Used to have a Game Boy Pocket. I never had one. Mega Man 2 and Super Mario Land. Nice. 3D platforms, Banjo-Kazooie. It's a good one, D-Carlux. I'll play Banjo someday on stream. I got some good stuff here, chat. Very nice. Rampage, Riddle Rampage, Super Empire. Oh, Super Empire was hard. I did not play Gungan Life Sim. I did not know that was a goddamn game. I was not sure. But chat. Yeah, that was a good little question from John early. But he also has a second part to his question here, Chad. He also asked, do I prefer modern gaming? I mean, it's all very different from each other. I mean, I love modern gaming, Chad. I mean, this year I think has been pretty solid. Really enjoyed stuff like Doom Eternal and Resident Evil 3 and Ori and the Will of the Wisps and Last of Us Part 2. Had Ghost of Tsushima. Now, there's been a lot of great kind of AAA modern gaming. Modern gaming incorporate. I mean, listen, we wouldn't have modern gaming without like those older titles on the NES and SNES generation, Chad. Those games were incredibly influential to what we have now. And so I like both. I like to dip my toes back in the older games that, I enjoy. I mean, I played some, it's not as old as some NES or SNES games, but Dead Space. Dead Space is like 12 years old, Chad. This year, and it still holds up. Still a fantastic title in my opinion. And I'll definitely be playing more retro games on stream. I'll have the time now, Chad. I was thinking even maybe dedicating, I don't know, maybe a day during the week or something to like a retro game and playing through it or something, going back to it like every week or every other week or something. Trying new things, Chad. Experimenting. Thank you, Mr. Holiday. We're another 15 minis. Thank you. Question. If you got time for it, do you have All-Star Destruction on your radar? PS5 launch title by David Yaffe, Twisted Metal, and the original God of War crit. No, I didn't even know that was coming out. I'll take a look at it, though. But I'm not familiar with it. I'll be dope if you played Enslaved. I loved Enslaved, bro. Enslaved is such an underrated game, Chad. But with Andy Serkis as the main character, also one of the writers of the title. Great game. That is an underappreciated gem, Chad, from the PS3, Xbox 360 generation. Please go ahead and play that. Wonderful title. Art Thief, I remember someone saying the first Halo was considered retro now. I know it is. Chat, yeah, I think if you're over 20 years old, I think you're considered a retro game. So Halo 1, which came out, what, in 2001, right? I think it might be considered a retro game, maybe, at least by next year. Yeah, I think if you're at least 20 years old, you're a retro. God damn, that's crazy. Captain, yeah, I'm a retro game. We're all retro games, chat. Yes, Enslaved All the West. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Troy, man, I played that for a while, then dropped off, but greatly enjoyed Enslaved when playing. It's a really good game. Also, didn't they go on to make the DMC? I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh, Ninja Theory. Yes, they did. Apparently, people did not like it for whatever reason. Jupiter still blows my mind that PS1, N64, and Saturn, those are retro game systems, yeah, because they're over 20 years old. I think it's if you're over 20 years, then you are a retro game. But very good question, generally. Thank you. A lot of people, they're popping in there some of their favorite games from those generations, or at least generations that they're more familiar with. Maybe that was like their first console. Thank you, generally. All right, Chad. Now we got another question. Now he's about the music now. Everyone's razzing me about the music. Ragging on me because of the music. This is question 2. What kind of music do I listen to? I like a variety of music. With the exception of country music, I like some country music, but not a lot. So you guys know that a big point of ignorance with me, Chad. Yes, I love movies. I love television. I love books. I love comics. I love video games, chat. But my one big weakness when it comes to entertainment is my lack of knowledge with music. And I've freely admitted this, chat, and it's not like I denied it or made it, I hidden it from you guys. Like I've said, I just don't know a lot about music, chat. Not that I don't like music, not that, I don't like listening to or anything like that, but I'm not the kind of guy that knows the name of that song I just heard that sounds really good. It's like, oh, I recognize that song, but I might not know the name of it. Or I might not know the band that plays it, but I recognize it, chat. I just lived in a household, despite, being involved with band growing up and choir and things in school, in middle school and in high school. I don't know, I lived in a household that was kind of devoid of music, pretty much. Like, my parents never turned on the radio or anything like that. They never had any playlists on their devices. Not that they wouldn't have them anyway. My parents are almost, Jesus Christ, they're in their late 60s at this point, if they're not already in the late 60s. So, yeah, I just lived in a household that just didn't really have that, and it just carried on. Not to say that I don't listen to music now. My taste in music is I acknowledge, is very weird and very different from a lot of people. But I got to thank you, Dark Side of the 5 Days. Were your parents Amish? Might as well have been. Might as well have been. No, but they didn't listen to music themselves. They really didn't. Thank you, Darkslayer, though, for the 5 biddies. But that's not to say I don't have an appreciation for music, and it's not that I don't listen to music at all, chat. I mean, because I love film and things, I really got into film scores, chat. I mean, there's countless, and composers as well that I had an appreciation for. I mean, some of the go-tos are obvious, Trent Reznor, chat. John Williams. I obsessively listen to the scores of John Williams. Everything from, the Indiana Jones series, to Star Wars. I loved his music from Star Wars. Chat. I mean, you pick a John Williams score. I've probably heard it. I've probably had it, playing in the background countless times, dozens upon dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of times. Chat. But I also had an appreciation for other film series and their music. Because that was kind of my entry point into appreciating music. The James Bond series. I love the music in the James Bond films, Chef, the songs and just the music in general from all the scores from the various films. I mean, some of my favorites on the top of my head. I mean, Goldfinger, I absolutely adore. Chat, love the score to Goldfinger and the main title sequence song. You had Live and Let Die, chat. And the Roger Moore "Live and Let Die" by Paul McCartney, formerly. I think that the Beatles already broken up at that point. But I love "Live and Let Die." Spy "Love Me" a fantastic song, chat. A View to a Kill, A View to a Kill. I mean, so goddamn good. And then eventually, chat, when we got to the Pierce Brosnan era of GoldenEye, Tina Turner of GoldenEye, I love that shit. And then even the more recent Daniel Craig films. Loved, You Know My Name and Casino Royale, and you had Skyfall, chat. So these are kind of like my entry points to music was through film, was through television. Thank you. I think we just got some more hosts, chat. Hold on. Omega, thank you for the host and welcome to stream. I'm trying to think of some other scores off the top of my head that, that I just really, really enjoyed. The work of Ennio Morricone, chat. Everything from his stuff that he did with westerns and Italian westerns, chat, to his horror scores, in The Thing. And that brings up another thing, chat. I love synth music. And a person that really made me appreciate synth music was John Carpenter. I mean, his work, chat. Not only did he direct his films and write many of them, chat, he also performed the music for them. In Halloween, an Assault on Precinct 13, chat. Big Trouble in Little China, which he also performs. They live. All of John Carpenter's works, I love, chat, and they fit so well. They acclimate so well to the movies that he makes. And so I have a real appreciation for synth music from him. I'm trying to think of what else off the top of my head. I have some examples right here. Some stuff that I haven't brought up yet. But Hans Zimmer, chat, when he's not going the blah. Other than that, then he's pretty goddamn good in my opinion. I love his scores. Trying to think. Who else, chat, did I really, really enjoy? I mean, John Williams. I'm just looking up old John Williams songs that I have on my playlists right now. Everything. Also, I love, this is really nerdy, but I love listening to YouTubers who do their own custom songs of previous existing music and doing their own variations, like the cinematic, the orchestral version of what song, or the combination of different songs into one. I love shit like that. That I really dig stuff. I know it's weird, but I'm admitting it's weird. But that has always appealed to me, Chad. My appreciation for music comes from film, comes from television or cartoons, Chad. And I love when people play around with those songs and do variations of them. So that's kind of my big remixes. It is. It's remixes, Chad, but I like them. And I know it's weird, and I know it's an unpopular answer, but that's what it is for me. Man, are you telling me you don't like WAP? WAP? I have nothing against WAP. Brad, I've listened to a girl sing Writings on the Wall, which was the Spectre. Oh, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of what's his name's song from Spectre. Right, I guess Writings on the Wall, right? Yeah. Macho Man Randy Savage did a wrap up. Really? That would have been awesome. Mr. Double Aaron. I'm obsessed with listening to wrestling theme songs. Yeah, I love theme songs too. As well as classic cartoons, chat. You know me. X-Men, DuckTales, Batman main series. Those are the stuff I'd have playing in the background all the time. I love that stuff. Sam Smith, that's right. Eddie Berserker, he has a Hulk Hogan diss track. It's pretty great. Oh my God. Captain, I love so much music. I'm more of a music nerd than a gaming movies nerd. That's fine. It's fun. We can all like different things. Man, did you watch Monster Truck? I did. I watched that last night with everybody before I did my review for The Blob and Batman the Animated Series episode 24, Fear of Victory. It was a good time. It was a very good time. But yeah, I hope that kind of answers your question, chat. That's kind of my music tastes are very odd. I admit that, but that's how I listen to stuff. Imagine you guys are making fun of me as I was going on about my spiel. Oh, man. But yeah, there you go, chat. There's my answer. I'm into remixes and that fast-paced music like dancing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I like that too. It's fun. It gets you pumped, gets you moving. Coco Charles, welcome to stream. Just saw you right there. I love the theme song for Ninja Robots. I never heard Ninja Robots theme song. Do you remember when monster truck rallies were a thing? Nah, not really. I never went to a monster truck rally. Not familiar with it. But thank you for your question, John Early. And this is John Early's last question. This is question number 3. Arthur, have you seen the True Damage League of Legend music video? The animation is great. No, I'm not familiar with that. But this is question 3, chat, from John Early Brightburn. Do you think the early do you think the early seasons of The Simpsons and Family Guy are the best? Yes. I've fallen off both shows because I think the seasons they got worse. I mean, for me, like, I watched Simpsons, like, a lot of the reruns, chat, when I was growing up in the late 90s up to, like, the early mid-2000s. And, season 1 is rough, but I'd say season 2 up to, like, season 9, 10, or 11, maybe even 12, like, that was some quality entertainment, chat. Like, those 11 or 12 seasons, or like 11 seasons after season 1 were pretty goddamn good. And I think the big reason why they work so well, chat, is, it's a couple things. One, unlike a lot of Simpsons episodes, they just weren't all reliant on the, what's the news of the week, what's the news of the year kind of thing, or let's have a guest star come in. Yeah, of course they had guest stars. They actually did. Of course they incorporated real life happenings, chat, going around the world, but it was never oftentimes it was never the central thing that directed the episode itself. It was they always kept it within the family, chat, of the Simpsons themselves and their various friends and acquaintances and enemies and things. They always had that really good through line, that a well-written story and plot, chat, with great jokes. Where more recent, at least the ones that I've seen, chat, they're not relying on that. It's all about what can we reference in modern day and make fun of. How dumb can we make Homer? That's the other thing I think went wrong with The Simpsons, chat. Like, Homer, he's a moron. Like, he's a moron. He's unrepentant. But in those original first few seasons, yeah, he was slow, he was dumb, but he was earnest. He loved his family and he cared about him. He wanted to provide for them, chat. And despite his various vices, he always put his family first. And I really like that, where now it's the complete goddamn opposite, chat, I think. And with Family Guy, it's like, yeah, listen, Family Guy is like so many other animated family comedies, or just animated comedies. They were derivative of The Simpsons. But those first, I'd say, 2-4 seasons of Family Guy were awesome. I really loved them. There was something fresh about them. They were a little more edgy. They were a little edgier than The Simpsons. Back in the day when the cutaway gags actually like really worked and were funny. And, I felt like as the series went on, it suffered from the same mistakes that The Simpsons did, where they became so reliant on just what's the news of the week, what could we make fun of or reference, like in this episode. And it also started to get a bit of it's weird, a cruel streak to a different degree, where like everyone just felt like exhausting. Just made you exasperating for whatever reason. Like, I noticed a shift in some characters where you had Stewie. Well, I love the original Stewie, like, especially in those first 4 seasons when he was just an evil son of a bitch, where he was just like, I just want to kill my mom. And I thought that was I think that joke could have worked for longer, and they had a total different tonal shift with Stewie, and which that always felt really awkward and weird to me. And Brian, he went from kind of being just the sensible person in the family, the one that he's the audience character. He would call out everyone on their bullshit, or at least, dryly say what's actually going on whenever no one else is. But then he became kind of the intolerant, just exasperating liberal voice that you hear. It's just like, all right, listen, I'm liberal, but Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. It's like that kind of thing. And that got exhausting, I think. And yeah, it suffered from the same mistakes, the same problems that The Simpsons suffered from. I think that's what happens when these shows, they go on for just so long, season after season after season. Eventually, you run out of ideas, and you go in different directions. They're just not working. They're just not coalescing as they did with those original seasons. It just ends up kind of being a mess. Yeah, Brian is Bill Maher. Exactly, now, Brian. He became Bill Maher. Very, very accurate comparison. Right, bro, I like the episode of The Simpsons where Homer pretends to be the perfect family for a company picnic, and some guy who actually had the perfect family pitied Homer. And Homer felt bad, and he imagined going to hell for being a bad father, having a bad family. Damn! It's crazy. Alex Stefan, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Bob's Burgers. Yes, exactly. I'm glad you brought that up, D. Carl Alex. Bob's Burgers, to me, is the spiritual successor of like the older Simpsons, especially the Simpsons, older Simpsons, and maybe to a lesser degree Family Guy, the original Family Guy, where it still manages to have it's focused on the family unit, and you have that through line through all the stories, but there's still some warmth between the characters. Yeah, they do bad things for whatever reason, but they always come back around to it and realize they did something wrong, and they try to address it. And even Bob himself, as the father figure, he's trying so hard. He's earnest. He's trying to be a good father and provide for his family. And because they have that through line throughout the entire series, that's why it's been able to work so well, I think. And that's why it has succeeded where something like The Simpsons and Family Guy eventually failed. And I hope that, listen, I know how many seasons they got left. I know they're doing a movie. I think what they say they're going to do two more seasons than the film. I'm looking forward to it. But Bob Burgers is a great example of seeing what happened with the Family Guy and Simpsons and not doing those same things and kind of adhering to what makes that show work so well, which is the earnestness, which is the family dynamic. So, the Simpsons movie? I thought they should. I'll tell you this, M. Xavier. I like the Simpsons movie. I really enjoyed it. And I think that should have been the absolute end of The Simpsons. That should have been like, this is your swan song. You could say goodbye to these characters. Let's sing them off in a cinematic way. And I thought they nailed it. I think that was a really entertaining film. And then it just kept going after that. I was like, that was a mistake. They should have ended after the movie. Yeah. Do you like Mike Tyson Mysteries? I've never seen him, Brony. I'm not familiar with them. Joey the Jedi Bosburgers has more of a King of the Hill vibe. Yes, and that's another. You know what, chat? I'm so glad you brought. Thank you, Joey. Thank you for bringing this up. I'm glad you brought up King of the Hill because I think King of the Hill is another really underappreciated animated show. I love King of the Hill, chat, because it has the same thing that Bob's Burgers has, where, yes, all these characters are incredibly flawed. Hank Hill's a very flawed man, and he doesn't understand his son, and his relationship with Peggy is weird, and Peggy's kind of a toxic person. But Hank Hill, he still tries his best. He's still earnest, chat. Despite his mistakes, he still tries to be a good father to Bobby. He still tries to be a good husband to Peggy and a good friend to all of his friends, chat. And I think the series ends, and it had the smarts. It had the intelligence, chat, to end it. And I think that's what, and they did, and they ended it well to me, where it's a very quiet ending, where it's just him. It's just Hank Hill and Bobby, and they're bonding over something they really enjoy, which happens to be grilling, chat. They're really into that, something that they have in common. And then you have all the characters around the neighborhood coming on over for steaks, and he's like, "Oh, Bobby, we gotta make more steaks." And he's like, "Yes, Dad, we do." And they make all the steaks, and it ends really naturally. I think it's like it's another day in goddamn West Texas, with Hank Hill and his family. And I really, goddamn Bobby, he didn't say goddamn Bobby, though. He was actually very complimentary of Bobby in that scene. And then it ended great. "That's my purse! I don't know you!" And it kicks him in the balls. But it still has those amazing moments. And so that ended extremely well, in my opinion. It had the graciousness to bow out, which is good. There's nothing wrong with ending something. King of the Hill during the current political climate would have been I'm glad you brought that up too, D. Clarks, because it's been so long since King of the Hill's been off the air, I think you can bring that show back. I think you can absolutely bring that show back and touch on certain things that are happening right now. It'd be interesting to see them from like Hank Hill's perspective, in his point of view. That would be really inspired. I would love that. I would love that. I know Beavis and Butthead's return, which I've never been a big Beavis and Butthead fan. I think they're always been okay. I know people love them. It's like, I don't hate them. It's like, yeah, this is not my thing. I always preferred something like King of the Hill. It was a little more wholesome to it. Where like Beavis and Butthead, they were just, man, you two are just fucking despicable. You get everything you fucking deserve. It's fine. It's fine. There's some funny episodes, but nothing where I don't think it was as good as something like King of the Hill. Oh, yeah. Someone got a tattoo of Bobby Hill. That's my purse. Amazing. Just leave King of the Hill alone. That also could be a good thing, too. Maybe it's just best to leave, well alone. I could see that point of view, too. Roy, you love him? Yeah, I get it. I mean, there's definitely, shitty cartoon characters in terms of, their personalities are bad. I love Archer and all those guys. And Archer's a piece of shit, but I love him because he's so goddamn selfish. But there's a little bit of warmth to him, too. Now, I'm excited for the clone. Hi, oh, my God, yes. I'm not familiar with Mission Hill, but Clone High, I cannot wait for Clone High. If you've never seen Clone High, it was originally created by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, where they, it's this weird kind of neighborhood compound where the scientists clone notable historical figures, chat, from history. So you have Abraham Lincoln, chat. You have Joan of Arc, you have Cleopatra, you have Kennedy, you have JFK, chat. Who's my favorite goddamn character in the show? Would you like a beer? Mr. Humanier, thank you. That Twilight Beavis and Butthead episode was good. That is funny. True. Thank you, sir, for the 5 biddies. But I love fucking JFK. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. Oh, Bobby. Every time he gets punched in the goddamn face, he says, Bobby. Oh, it's so goddamn good. Daria. I haven't seen that much of Daria. I can't give a well-rounded opinion on that. Thunder Lee, South Park just keeps going. They're doing a sequel to Daria, though, right? South Park just keeps going, but they have a lot of what's going on. South Park is weird. I dip in and out. Sometimes they'll come out with there'll be like a season where I'm just like, I'm just not digging this, and I just stop watching it. But then they'll come out with an episode like the China episode, chat, which is just so poignant and just makes so much sense, dealing with the Hong Kong protests. Like, South Park is weird because they make the same mistakes as something like The Simpsons or Family Guy does. Though I doubt Trey Parker or Matt Stone would want to admit it, where the early South Park stuff, which is great. I mean, there's so many great seasons of South Park. I love it. I play the games, which are so goddamn good. But they had that originally. It was just about the boys in the town itself, and the thing in the background, the reference thing, that's going on and whatever during that time period. That was always the B plot. That was in the background being dealt with. But now it's kind of reversed, where everything to do with the boys and the town itself, that's kind of the outsides, and it's about whatever this new thing, this things that we're referencing and we're critiquing right now, and that's the third line. And it goes back and forth between, I think, being either really good, it's like, oh, that's really poignant, you nailed it, to being like, this is just not working at all. And it's constantly fluctuating, chat, and it's weird for me. I haven't seen the more recent, I haven't seen the pandemic special. I know people were praising it. I haven't watched it yet. But, South Park has always been very odd. I'll go back and forth on it all the time. But clearly it's extremely popular. People are absolutely loving it. And it definitely has its place in our culture. Where's your brownie? Gotta admit, a new proper Simpsons game would be pretty lit. I wonder what that would be, Maybe it'd be something more akin to the South Park RPG. I guess that could be a little more fun. Because the games are great. Those games are like what I would want the show to be now, where they are referencing all these different things, in pop culture and the news and media, but they still have that through line, that plot that's just so goddamn good, that involves the boys and Randy and everyone else in South Park. Like, that takes center stage, that other stuff's on the side, which I prefer. I wish the seasons were more like that. I remember playing Simpsons Hit and Run. A remake. Oh, damn, I would love that. Do I ever watch Duckman, Christopher? No, I've never watched Duckman. I'm not familiar with it. Thunder the pandemic special is hilarious. I gotta watch that. I know it's on HBO Max, and I have HBO Max, chat, so I should check it out. Dr. Frank, I'm still amused that the chef character had to be killed off because Isaac Hayes got assaulted and quit when Scientology was mocked, which is so funny that he got upset that was mocked, while everything else has been mocked on that show. Every religion, every political goddamn creed, celebrities, political figures, everything. But when they got to his, he's like, I don't want any of this. It's like, that was funny. It's too bad. Chef was a good character, too. I hated the way to see Chef go out like that. Jeez, they fucked him up. That was they did not, it's obvious they did not part on good terms at all. Austin, you see the new season of Archer? I haven't caught up on it. Or the last couple of seasons of Archer, where they did Space, Noir, and Pulp. I haven't caught up on all the seasons of Archer yet. Last one I saw was the Island one, and so I guess I need to catch up on a few. I've seen some of the Space one, but not like a lot of it. I've seen clips, so I gotta get caught up on. I know that he's finally out of the coma, which is good, and they're back to spying. Apparently, those episodes have been pretty solid so far. I've heard that the some of the past seasons have been kind of wonky, or like, let's just put him in a new setting, and that's not always worked. I want to check out the new season though. People seem to be pretty positive about it. Being the Simpsons arcade game from Konami, Mr. Burns actually dies at the end. Damn, good. Gets what he fucking deserves. Dr. Katz, I've seen a little bit of Dr. Katz. Mm-hmm. Yes. Trapped in the Closet, amazing episode. Yep. Mm-hmm. They say the last thing you do before you die is grab your pants. It's true. It's true. Just shits all over himself. That's terrible. So we just need a Simpsons game of the hit and run GTA style gameplay mix of the RPG and story elements from the South Park games. They're your new neighbor, and that would be cool. I like that. You move over next to the Simpsons, you get to create your own Simpsons character. Yeah, I dig that. That's smart. Yeah, kind of like a GTA Simpsons with our RPG elements. Yeah, I dig it. This season has been good. Nice. Mecha Howard Stern, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. Just answering Patreon questions right now, chat. We're on the latest South Park episode, though, so true. I have to watch it. Thoughts on American Dad? I haven't really seen a lot of American Dad. I've seen some episodes. I've not, like, sat down and watched the season. I love Roger the Alien. He's hilarious. Big Mouth is, I don't know. Big Mouth is weird to me. Yeah. I don't know. I feel really uncomfortable that you have these kids and put them in really sexual positions. I don't know. It makes me feel weird. Well, I think about the Spark announcement. I will talk about that tonight, Troy, on 8-Bit Crumbs. You'll hear all of my opinion on that. It's pretty funny. It's pretty cute. Thunderly Family Guy needs to try to make another game on console. I know they did one, but I never played it. The animation style really put me off. It's an ugly animation. Those character models are not appealing. Yeah, I agree with that. Bro says Big Mouth appalls me. There you go. I'm kind of on your side, bro. It's just, I don't know. I mean, when there's a scene of a girl, of a 13, probably underage girl, chat, using a mirror to look at her vagina who's talking to her, I'm like, I'm out. I'm just, nah, not for me. Nope. Thank you, Sarah, for the 10 minutes. Have you seen the Cyberpunk 2077 Nightwire trailers? Some of them. I haven't probably seen the most recent one, though. Thank you, Darkseid, for the 5 biddies. Spider-Cat's so adorable. He's pretty goddamn cute. And he beats the shit out of him. And he kills him. Darkslayer, thank you for 5 biddies. Oh, and it's Sarah, thank you for the 10 minutes. Thank you. I missed your comment before. Thank you, Sarah. Guardians of the Galaxy was a cartoon series for a while. Did you see a little bit? Nah, I never watched it. The Marvel animated stuff has always been really hit and miss with me. I think mostly miss. Love Spectacular Spider-Man. Thought that was great. X-Men Evolution, really good. Wolverine and the X-Men, great. Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes was fun. All the rest of it I was never a fan of. Yeah. I seen Disenchantment. I watched 2 episodes. I'm like, nah, I'm out. I did not particularly like it. There's so much television on right now, Chad. It's hard to keep up with everything. That's the thing. Even stuff I like, I haven't got caught up on. Troy, despite the uncomfortable factor of the show, is often given how we're now more exposed to sexuality at a much younger age, so it's better used to educate about the experiences, in my opinion, but I definitely get the weirdness of it. Yeah, so you see where I'm coming from. Yeah, I get it. Thoughts of Futurama? Great. I'm glad that it came to a natural conclusion. People still want to come back. I'm like, just let things be over. There's nothing wrong with something being over, okay? Maybe it can come back in the future when the time is right. But let's, maybe right now would be the perfect time. You can you could just kind of expose and reference all the fucking bullshit that has been going on. That would be interesting, certainly. But yeah, I mean, I have no problem with things just ending. There's nothing wrong with that. I know people are always scared to have something end, but I don't want there to be a situation where a show everyone initially loves, it just eventually just gets to a point when it's been on for so long, you just fucking hate it. You revile it. You don't want to end on a bad note, Whoever voiced Iron Man and Earth's Mightiest Hero sound like RDJ to me. He did a good job, if I remember. Mega Stern, does anyone miss the Cleveland show? No. I love the song. My name is Cleveland Brown, and I am here to say I'm back in my hometown with my new family. There's good guys and bad guys and even a bear and all that shit. Well, what's the last ending note of this song? It's my happy black guy face. Hey, it's the Cleveland show. I love that. Bravo, thank you. King DJ, welcome to the stream. What's up, Chris? How is your night going? I'm doing well, man. I'm singing the Cleveland show song. I'm sorry about the Cleveland show song. I watched, I think, 2 episodes. I was like, nah, I'm good. That came out when Family Guy was bad, and I was like, yeah. And they even canceled. Don't they reference the Family Guy that his show got canceled constantly to fuck with him? I think it's hilarious. And with that, Chris was canceled. No, they could have replaced me. I could have been the new voice of Cleveland Brown, chat. I could have done it. That title was like a big purple penis. What? What? Oh no, Chris Sayers. Woo, with the 5 minutes. Thank you. Family Guy Return of the Jedi spoof special ends with Peter saying, and that's the story of Star Wars. Then Meg asks about the prequels, and Peter says, I think the Cleveland show is going to cover that. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, they don't need to do anything else. I even, I really love that's the last episode of Family Guy I really enjoyed, was the Blue Harvest one where they mocked A New Hope. That was funny. That was pretty good. That was like the last one I watched I really liked. Yeah. Troy, they roast him for it, and they cut away to him eating ice cream and crying about it. That's good. Waiting until next season to unveil the new Cleveland. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they recast him. Yeah. He was white. The issue with the last Cleveland actor was that he was white, Chris. Yeah. No, I know. Yes. The Cleveland show, the title of the show looked like a big purple penis. I think you only saw that, Austin. I didn't see that at all. I did not see that at all. I did not. When I looked at that title, I did not see a giant purple dildo. But hey, man, more power to you. Brightburn, I would have been happy if Stranger Things ended with season 2. I don't know. I really like season 1, season 2. They're both really good. Season 3 was the first one. I'm like, this is. I had some issues with it, especially with Harper. Sheriff Harper, I had a lot of. He was just acting so odd to me throughout that entire season. He got on my goddamn nerves. Thank you. Ooh, chat. We got Bobcat Matt, thank you for the follow. Welcome to stream my new Huckleberry. Hope you're doing very well. Doing a little Q&A right now. A little question answer for my patrons. Thank you, Dark Chef, another 5 biddies. I liked in Blue Harvest where it was called Blue Harvest. That's what. When they talked, take the cat and the couch back to the Falcon. That was funny. That was a good joke. Oh yeah, just reminded me. What are you saying? Robot Chicken's great. Yeah, I'm a big Robot Chicken fan. Yeah, they're great. I haven't watched them recently, but they're always consistently funny. I like their animation style. I like their jokes. It's good. The show did a Die Hard parody. Oh, I never watched it. Never watched that. I only watched like the first 2 episodes of the first season. After that, did not care. Don't get 2 penis again. I remember that. Troy, I feel like Hopper's arc is similar to Ellie's in Last of Us 2, where the context at the end is very much more important to understanding the behavior of the character. Fair enough. I get that. I'm just looking forward to season 4. Hopefully, that's the one show I think is going to be safe from Netflix's cancellation. Like, everything else is on the chopping block constantly, except for Stranger Things. Like, that is their little crown jewel that they have. Like, that's the thing that people resubscribe to Netflix to watch the latest season of Stranger Things. Yeah, we'll see. And The Crown. I never watched The Crown. Is that pretty popular? About the royal British family, Chad. The British royal family. They say that, right? Captain Netflix is like, hey, here's a great show for you. And it's gone. They always do that consistently. I was so excited for Glow. It's like, Glow is going to get a last season. Yay. And it was taken from us, Chad. It was taken from us because of Netflix and COVID. COVID also was responsible for that. But that's all the questions, chat, this week. Like I said, only 3 questions. But to answer the other part of your question, generally you said, in which show do I prefer out of those 2? Probably The Simpsons, because I think at least The Simpsons had more good seasons than The Family Guy did. Like, Family Guy, I think, had 4 good seasons. Simpsons had about, like, 9 or 10 or 11. So I'm going to go back to The Simpsons. I would say The Simpsons. But at this point, they're both kind of, I don't watch them anymore. I haven't watched them in years, shit. I doubt I'll go back and watch them. Maybe those earlier seasons, but not anytime soon. Not anytime soon, Chad, with my busy schedule. Just can't do it. I got to watch all these other goddamn tunes for my content creation, Chad. I got to watch Batman the Animated Series, Gargoyles, Samurai Jack, Chad, Gravity Falls, Infinity Train. Thankfully, there's a lot of great cartoons available right now, and also other cartoons that you can watch. So we're never going to be without some good cartoons. You got Animaniacs on the horizon, too, Chad, of Hulu. It's going to be exciting. But there you go. Yeah, that was the last question from Joe. I'm going to check to see if we got any more last-minute questions, Chad. We only have a half hour left before I go up to Awesome. Let me see if there's anything else available. What else do we have? Bebop, Cowboy Bebop, which is amazing. Oh, gee, we might have some more questions. Looks like we do. I got more questions, chat. We'll try to answer as many of these as possible. Let's see here. Maybe I'll answer these next Thursday, too. Let's see what JT Asmussen sent us, chat. He sent me a number of questions. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, see, these are ones I have to think about. I need time to think about these, chat. I can't think about these discuss them like last minute. I need some time. These are some good ones though. These are some definitely good ones. I like them a lot. I'm gonna sit on these. We're gonna sit on these for next Thursday, chat. So hold me to it, chat. Hold me to it. Yeah. Which one will end first? The Simpsons or One Piece? I don't know. I don't know. I think the Simpsons will end. I think the Simpsons will end eventually. Not philosophical, but stuff that I'm going to need some time to think about and have discussion points for. You know, especially for this one question. I want a little more time. Yeah, I'm going to do a little more research. Yeah, I think the Simpsons are going to end before then. There we go, chap. Nice little episode of Class in the Glass Cast. I hope you guys are really enjoying this. It's great. These will be longer in the future, chat. These will definitely be longer. Ooh, Mr. Terminator, thank you for 3 minutes. Simpsons will end, but we'll get shorts, maybe a couple movies. I can see that. Definitely see that. And now that Disney's restructuring a lot of its content just for streaming, I would not be surprised if we get more Simpson movie sequels. I think would be something they would do, and then they can probably end it or something. Oh, yes. Thank you, Troy. Thank you. Yeah, these will be longer in future, chat, as you know. This was my last full week of work. I still have one more day of my day job on Monday, chat. But from that point on, chat, I'm full-time with the Twitch, the YouTube, and Patreon. Full-time with all 3 of those, chat. And so these streams will be done a little earlier in the day, probably starting around like, probably like 5:30, chat. So we'll have a nice, long, robust discussion with each other. Hopefully we'll have some more questions as well. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for all the subscriptions and for the biddies, chat, and the donations and the hosts and the follows. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.